morning. I swear a lot.
Hello friends, and welcome back to Limbus Company. Welcome back to the LCB checkup. But more importantly than that, the most important thing that has happened in Limbus since maybe the last time that we claimed their flesh to yield their bones. My point is that there is going to be new Kurakumo IDs with the most serendipitous timing I can ever imagine, as I have literally just started using a Kurakumo team, and now PM are like, hey, by the way, there's going to be new ones. There's going to be new Kurakumo IDs. I'm fucking thrilled. I'm absolutely over the moon. The timing couldn't be more perfect. Now, I get to be super fucking smug and be like, oh yeah, I liked the Kurakumo before they got their really good IDs that made the team viable. Only just by like a couple days, but it still counts. But yeah, as I went over the comments of the last few videos, a lot of people, or a fair few at least, were like, you know, Kurakumo IDs aren't even that bad. It's like, they've got this, they've got that, and, you know, I use them, they're alright. And all I can say to you people is you must be fucking buzzing right now. There's new Kurakumo IDs! They're so fucking cool. Majorly excited. Can't fucking wait. Also, I got the abnormalities wrong of Martin and Alyssa last time. It was like, what? Fey Lantern and Arda Blossom Moth instead of Firebird and Big Bird, which, yeah, makes a lot more sense. But, you know, I miss the old LobCorp abnormalities. I wanted to see them again. I guess, like someone else said, that's only going to be in Wally Purg. It's fine. We need more experience tickets. We're gonna need a lot of fucking experience tickets because I'm gonna have 2 new Kurakumo IDs to level up. 2! That's more than 1, but less than 3. That's quick maths. So, Directionless Sloth. Obviously, you know, fighting Sloth to catch him, but who have we got for this? 3 this time. Honestly, this is a team I can work with, although I might... Ironically, this is a great team for Sloth, which I don't think will do much damage. What was the EX? Just defeat him within the turn limit, okay. The one who grips is an identity I've actually used many times in many different places. It's almost as if she's really fucking good. It occurs to me, what does she get from up tie 4? More nails on the gripping. Extra damage to targets for 5+ nails on execution. And lust on her defense skill. And she's better at supporting N-Corp character specifically. Not really worth it, because that's not what I'm using her for. That's a shame. Okay, well, let's give this a go. This will actually be a DPS check, because I have to kill them within a certain amount of time. So, well, I guess the last one technically was as well, because we kind of had to kill them, because last time we had to kill them quick enough to not acquire so much burn that the boss's counter would do additional coin flips. Next up, you three, let's get in there! Indoor voice will do, bud. We can hear you just fine without you shouting at the top of your lungs. Now, let us discuss Picatulum Pigritiae Sloth. I've never seen that word before. Stones are sturdy, but that's all there is to them. They are directionless and unmoving, completely surrendered to inertia. They are trapped in their current lot in existence until someone else comes along to roll them away. Truly, there is no better symbol for sloth than them. It's the sloth team. It's the sloth friends, even though obviously that's not how this works, but shush. But then again, every sinner has elements of multiple sins to them, of course, like Rhodia has pride and wrath as 2 quite predominant ones. Faust has pride for certain. Would she perhaps have a bit of sloth? Maybe, actually. Hear me out. Would you argue that it might be quite slothful that she relies on the Faust Discord internal brain network to gather all information rather than actually going out and getting it herself? Or to speculate, or conjecture, or to research, when she can simply reach into that brain palace, as it were, and just pull out the information she needs. I'm not saying she does that for everything, but that could be indicative of some form of sloth. Maybe. I don't know. The other 2, I'm a little less clear about. I guess Gregor is a pretty slothful guy, but in my personal brain's mind, I would lean him more towards Gloom than Sloth, but... probably both, Gloom and Sloth for him. And as for Merceau, I don't know, he's a very diligent man. I'd say you could probably attribute Sloth to Merceau due to his lack of initiative, although that has been changing, as we saw in Canto 6, when he just jumped in and used the chains of others, which was very cool. But other than that, yeah, a big theme of him throughout this. Obviously, it's kind of all been played off as him being who he is, but it's definitely shown a lack of initiative. He does nothing unless told to, which has been changing. Maybe. This is all just conjecture. I could be way fucking off. This is just like basically fan theories, really. It is efficient to live within the boundaries of originally established routines. Are they literally going to explain to us how they're basically slothful? Because, yeah, Merceau's already expressing, like, you know, it is efficient to... Stagnation is efficiency. Because if you don't change anything, then you get the maximum amount of stuff done in a day that you want to get done. No change, a lack of change, stagnation. That's kind of the theme we're going with for sloth here. Okay, I think I understand now. Literally stagnation. Interesting. Getting lumped in with these two is making me feel real self-conscious all of a sudden, like I'm just some lazy, incompetent... Do not compare yourself to Faust, Gregor. Should Faust become the point of reference for one's competency, the overwhelming majority of the city's population would be deemed incompetent. I'll admit that I'm not the most diligent person in the room, but I'm taking back that comment about being incompetent. Damn right. I think that's been the nicest thing about playing with the Kurikumo IDs is that they're way better than I was led to believe. Because, you know, people, not just people on the internet, but me, people you know in real life, everyone, we're all prone to hyperbole. I do hyperbole on this show all the fucking time. But I guess I took it a bit too close to heart when I was like, oh man, the Kurikumo must be fucking garbage considering how everyone's talking about them. And it turns out they're fine. They're actually fine. They're not that bad at all, and they're about to get even better. Can't wait. Check this out, fellas. I'm not that rusty just yet. Go on, Greg. Charging alone into danger poses too late. This will be harder than expected. Let us provide assistance. Go on, Greg. Go on, Greg. Go on, Greg. Yeah. This is a cool team. They actually look like henchmen for Gregor. You know, two people in white suits and then Gregor in all black. Also forgot how much this beat fucking slaps. So, yeah, pretty happy. I'm just generally quite happy, I suppose. I'm in a good mood. We're getting new Kurikumo soon. I can't stop bringing it up. So let's get an idea for their weaknesses, shall we? We don't know. All right, good talk. Like I said before in the last one when I was dealing with Wrath, if I don't get the EX, I'll do it off camera. We're here on camera for story progression, not for little gameplay challenges that won't be that interesting to you. It's interesting to me, I enjoy it, but it wouldn't be interesting to you. Let's give it a try. Nice. The lack of damage is concerning. Yeah. Usually hoping to at least land some staggers on the first turn. Or the first move. There's a stagger, that's something. Maybe the gripping will do good? I don't think so. That's pretty rough. The increased SP, though, will increase the overall damage as we get positive coins on our damage calculations, so that's good. That one's got nails. This would inflict more nails. It would do extra damage to targets with nails. Might be able to finish that off this turn. I think our pace is going to be really bad. I don't think we're going to make the EX. Yeah, that's not great. Maybe this will be better? Nails, heads. Good. There we go. That's an SP boost. And a blunt boost. And a pierce boost. There we go. Another one dead. Alright, not too bad. Good. It's alright. It could be better, because, you know, having to waste a turn doing this sucks, but it's whatever. Hit him with the bowl! I love it when he hits him with the bowl. Okay, bigger ones now. All we can do for now really is just fight them and see what we can do. I don't think I'm going to struggle with this fight, but I think I'll struggle to get the EX like I've been saying. At least when I win, I'll get a better understanding of what their weaknesses are. So when I do this in my own time, it'll be a lot quicker. There we go, that works out. Go on, lads, do some big damage. Get a stagger, that'll end things. Get a stagger. There we go. And little bits of bleed damage help, kinda. It's not actually doing much, but you know, it's whatever. Oh no, don't even. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. No. No. You need to land that. I really needed that damage. God damn you. Faust. Theoretically, this should do it though, and then we'll be on to the next round and we'll have to win straight away or we won't succeed at the EX, so there's that. Good punch. I liked it. Ah, jeez. And yep, you gain protection. Yeah, you do. Oh, that's wonderful. I love that you do that. I love that you do that. If you couldn't tell, I don't love it at all. Appreciate that might have been a bit subtle. Landing the Tremor Burst would be useful. I doubt we'll stagger it this turn, but it doesn't have that much health, so it is actually possible. Go on, lad. He's already got his protection, which is actually really unfortunate. Oh, but the lack of damage, though. Oh, God, the zeros. Oh, they hurt. Oh, no. Take your nails. Oh, 2. 7 damage. Curse you. Good God. Hopefully you'll be able to end the fight with this command phase. Fucking doubt. I guess you would use defensive skills to offset those. Yeah, that's the tactic. Fuck it, I'm gonna try again. Fuck it. I won't make you watch. We'll skip back to this phase. But I feel like I can EX it. I just need to be better, that's all. If I get close to failure, or if I get close to success and then fail, that's fine. I'll just do it in my off time. But I feel like I could give it a better go. On camera. My pride is on the line, lads. I need to do a good job. Or everyone will laugh at me. They'll laugh at me. That's a better pace. That's a better pace. I was saving up for whistles. We don't even need it now. So fuck it. This is gonna suck for you. If Faust would get heads. Come on, Faust. Oh my God. That should have been death. Okay, I think we're doing good. So now you're using 2 defense skills that will give you protection. Alright, we'll have Gregor focus on counteracting their shit. And then Faust can use Hex now. Deal with that. Yeah, yeah. And we'll get the gripping next turn. And then this turn, Merceau can hit them with a ton of Envy for extra damage. This inflicts Pierce and Envy Fragility. So as a result, the gripping will do more damage. And then, because of the Pierce Fragility. And then Chains of Loyalty will do more damage because of the Envy Fragility. And they won't get their guard or their protection. Gregor's sitting tight. Might be able to burst damage them quite quickly. Without their protection, and with hitting them with the right weaknesses, I reckon we can put them down pretty quick. I feel like I should have used Regret Faust, but I want to use the IDs that I put together for this team because it feels right. I chose them. It turns out the resistances might be different than the other Picatulum, and I hadn't taken that into consideration. I probably should have looked at them. But Gaze will help regardless. Gaze is a good one. Yeah, they're resistant to blunt. Wish I'd taken that into consideration. Oh, it's just basically resistant to everything. Okay, so my plan wasn't bad. It was just doomed from the start. And all of our attacks this turn will do extra damage thanks to Gaze. So an extra 20%, it's not tons, but it's something. And the bleed is helpful too. Oh no. Okay, it's fine. Could have been better though. It's just not a lot of damage. It's taking longer than expected. I don't think I'm going to end it this turn. He's so far from staggering. It seems like Tremor Burst might be the way to deal with him. You land the stagger so you can get the damage to finish him off. Or just have more damage increasing effects. That's really annoying. I felt like I was onto something.
3 hours later.
It wasn't particularly close in terms of damage speed, but I do have an idea that I might just quickly do. Which I won't really show to you guys because there's no point, but... when I get a fun little challenge, I like to really have a go at it. It's a personal weakness, I will fully acknowledge. sinking on purpose. In a minute. Don't worry. Don't worry about the Enkephalin. Let me worry about the Enkephalin, okay? That's still the coolest thing ever, and I don't fucking care. It's the best seagull I've ever seen. Alright, so I latched on to like, oh yeah, fight Tremor with Tremor. Use the innate Tremor shit to give, you know, Faust her bonuses for her regret attacks. But I think it's just run a Gloom team. I think the solution is just run a Gloom team. So, Family Heir, Gregor, Butler Faust, and something for Merceau, I don't know. But like I said, I'll do it off camera. Fun little exercise though. And it's nice to be forced to engage with these mechanics a bit more, because it's a good learning experience. You see, sinking on purpose, defeat the enemies before they self-detonate, okay. And we've got these three. That's a pretty tough team though, actually. Curious to see how this turns out. Next up is Goulet, Gluttony. I thought it was sinking, but roots of plants dig through the dirt in search of nutrients. What distinguishes them is, however, that they are not satisfied with satiation alone. The roots continue to grow, seeking increasingly greater supply of nutrients. That's great in all, Hohenheim, but I'm pretty sure we're fighting the Gloom shit right now. Hang on a minute, what's this? Heathcliff, after flipping through a few more pages ahead, looked up at Hohenheim and shouted, "Are we really going to do this song and dance for each and every one of these Picashinum? Why don't we lump them together like how you've paired up us sinners?" Ha! Running low on patience already. Only simpletons would make such a basic suggestion. It's standard protocol, in case you weren't aware. I am also unhappy about this process, but sometimes we must swallow our complaints and do as we're told for the sake of proper test results. You make a valid proposition. What? Very well. I also fail to see the necessity in fighting these Picashinum one by one, especially given the busy schedule ahead of us. Your suggestion is accepted, assistant. What? Really? Aren't you the one who suggested it? If we didn't have to fight them one by one anyway, then why didn't we do this from the start? Because testing them one by one yields a more accurate result. So I don't know why we're changing just because Heathcliff said so, but that's what we're doing. Studies suggest that the margin of error may grow by 0.06% when testing multiple entities at once. I see, but I say the benefits of a smaller margin of error outweighs the convenience of lumping them all together. Why don't we proceed as planned? Bloody hell, just let it go, yeah? Yeah, just come on. This very carelessness is why. I think we can risk a 0.06% greater margin of error, right? Indeed, it is sometimes necessary to prioritize efficiency over the pursuit of perfection. I will abide by the executive manager's judgment. Very well, then allow me to explain Picashinum morositatis, Gloom, as well. Have you ever immersed yourself in deep waters? Quite easy to sink to the depths, no? Not really. Of course, when I was a kid and didn't know how to swim properly and nearly drowned, I didn't find it very easy to sink into the depths. I started flailing around. It is innate to most living things to do the opposite of sink to the depths. Of course, I guess our enhanced quote-unquote awareness and intelligence as, you know, a species makes us susceptible to such things. I certainly wasn't as a child. However, the deeper one sinks, the harder does it become to rise again. Obviously, they're also not talking entirely. It's metaphorical. I understand. I do understand. I'm making jokes for the sake of it. The pressure suffocates you from all directions, no matter how much you thrash about, desperately looking for something to grab onto. All you find is futility, such as gloom. I suppose one of the few benefits of working for this company is that its constant motion gives no time for such emotions to drag us down, especially now that I have some level of confidence that they might actually keep their end of the contract. So in Otis's case, gloom is apparent, but she ignores it by pouring herself into her work. I can relate, definitely. Ooh, sounds like a disagreement's brewing. Even after I've joined the bus team, I still like I'm floundering deep in some ditch, you know? Though I'm only here because I want to be here, but still. The gloom that comes from desiring a sense of purpose or to feel special, sure. Are you sure you're in that ditch by choice? Maybe you just don't know how to rise to the surface again. Haha, I don't appreciate hearing that from someone who doesn't even know what I'm talking about. Well, it's all ready now, in you go. I don't think I've ever seen Rhodia actually square up would be too strong a term, but like match Otis in an argument or kind of, she usually pars off whatever Otis says or makes a joke out of it or something. And in this case, she did not. You two assistants, you aren't exempt from the tests. Oh, me too. Perfect timing. I've been getting tired of all this mental exercise. Right then, let's wrap this up quick. All right. Harpooner, Kurakumo, and Barber. I think we'll be all right. This is an unusual team. Dispose of the entities before they do it to themselves. That means I can technically take as long as I want, as long as they don't detonate, but in reality, I'll probably not have as much control over that as I would hope. Do these even explode? They don't appear to... Oh wait, it's their passive, isn't it? Propagating gloom. At one stack, inflict damage equal to the unit's current HP and then die. So the gloom ones are going to explode and the gluttony ones are just healing themselves. But if ignored for too long, they become quite powerful. All right, let's give it a go, lads. This is a good team. I like it. This is a good team. Oh, you're I didn't even get to the end of his attack. We've faced many of these in the past. Quite a few during Rhodia's Kanto specifically. You know, the gloom ones. If we can accumulate some blood feast, get some blood tinged scissor blades going, then Otis will absolutely clean up. Of this, I am quite confident. No problems. Good stuff. Well done, Rhodia. Get him. Yeah. That's a good slash. We need more bleed. She got blood tinged scissor blades. Marvelous. Good. Love to see it. Oh yeah, we're tearing through them. Heathcliff's gonna have no troubles. He's fucking incredible. Harpooner is so good. But I can't wait for Kurakumo Heathcliff. He's gonna be fucking sick. So is Ishmael. They're both gonna be fucking sick. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I think it's the most excited I've been for a new ID in as long as I can remember, which isn't to say any of the other IDs haven't been good or great or amazing. It's just... I don't know, the timing was so good that I'm just absolutely thrilled. And for me, it just simply cannot come fast enough. Also, important actually, whilst recording this, I want to do a shout out. Because it happened whilst I was recording, so now's the time. Because part 67 just went up, you know. And it was really frustrating actually to do that video, to edit that video after that announcement, and it was like, I don't talk about the new IDs in this video at all. It's so annoying. But I want to do a shout out to Tony the Horse for giving me money for funding for the next Yield My Flesh to Claim Their Bones event. They really want me to get those Kurakumo IDs. Thank you, Tony the Horse. I really appreciate it. That's very cool of you. Thank you. It's such a nice thing to do. They can tell I'm excited. I haven't even, at time of them making that comment, they haven't even seen me gushing about it in this fucking video yet. But they know me well, I think. They know what I'm like, and they know how excited I am. Thank you, Tony the Horse. Is this what it's like to be a streamer? Maybe I should be a streamer. Maybe I should ask people for money so I can get a good internet connection and then be a streamer. I wouldn't handle streaming very well. I've talked about this in a video on Foreman Talks, which you can check out. You'll notice I'm much more relaxed about this fight, and that's because we're absolutely dumping on them. Case in point. Oh, that's cool. Have I seen that before? So you've got 3 turns until you detonate, and you've got evade skills. Oh crap, we're all counter IDs, so we have no way to offset evade. That's a concern. That is a concern. I think the key is to not worry about it too much. If I fail the EX, I'll just have to, you know, try again in my off time. Significantly less damage than I was hoping for. Not terrible, but not great. I think that was more damage. That was not brilliant of me to do it that way. That's okay. That's good. I don't want to losing SP. I didn't even know we missed an attack. I didn't see that. Do you have a counter or something? Give it a go, I suppose. Oh no. I guess that's fine. At least she's healing. But this thing's gonna explode soon if we don't do something about this, you know? Ouch. No. Yes. Okay, I'll take it. Not doing nearly enough damage, though. There's no way we can do enough damage. 7 knot is pretty good. But what are your resistances? Have we learned anything? Fatally weak to envy. Alright, well that's something I could probably do because I do have envy teams ready to go. I just have to... Unfortunately, 2 of these characters are characters I don't really use in my envy team. It's too late now, but one thing I could have perhaps done, although it might have been risky, was in the first 2 phases, just let Heathcliff tank damage, lose health, make sure I get enough envy from mutilated tattoos, and then get his deal 1% more damage for every 1% missing HP, and then combined with his envy skills could have absolutely dumped all over this thing. That would have been smart to do. Sadly, I didn't think of it, / didn't think it'd be necessary. But thoughts for the future, certainly. Get him! That's a lot of damage. Maybe. 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 It's gonna be too close. That's a fair amount of damage. If we stagger him, it's all over. I don't think this will do very much, though. Nope, that's not much. But we are working him down. Stop hitting Heathcliff, he doesn't like it. Come on. Oh, that's so close! Oh, you fucking bastard! What are you doing? Fuck you! Ah, piss! The worst part is, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Otis in the first round had some of her attacks dodged. If she'd landed them, we would have staggered him. Oh, fuck. God damn it. You bastard jellyfish creature. Eat a fucking freighter tug load of dick. Dulled harpoon. Okay. Ishmael, I would assume. Correct. Now that's a team. Yeah, we got some pride to go with here. Alright, well, see how it goes. Well, they weren't too much trouble. Next up's you two. Get in there. With Ryoshu? Let's do this, I guess. It's definitely an unusual team up. Stop talking. What? She wants to switch teams? That's even meaner. Really? Now, what's your problem this time, Ryoshu? Your dulled harpoon doesn't interest me. Oh, does Ryoshu judge Ishmael for, like, actually getting over her problems? Obviously, because Ryoshu clearly has unfinished business. And also Ryoshu would probably look favorably upon, like, single-minded vengeance and the like. It's dulled so much that I doubt I can even impale that sickly nerd over there. I don't think she'll have too much trouble impaling Hohenheim. I don't know, he's wearing ego. I don't think he's a chump. I'm just putting it out there. I'd much rather watch that Bloodfiend fight again. That was pretty cool. Thou speakest of me? That's, 'tis quite the pickle. Oi, she wants to switch teams, is that alright? Of course not. You heard the man, let's go. I'll admit my harpoon's not as sharp as it used to be, and I'll admit that I've lost a bit of my edge since then. But we were all sailing on the same boat. I'm not going to hold you or anyone else back. I'm always ready to go back to razor sharpness when the need arises. Plus, we're literally using Captain Ishmael, so that harpoon is fucking razor sharp. I'm swapping you out as soon as you start making a fool of yourself. Lass, I thought I've been clear on this. Switching teams ain't a thing. Picatulum Superbiae, Pride. Yeah, I had a feeling. Oh shit, these are Pride characters. We're gonna do fuck all damage. And I didn't check what the EX was. What am I doing? Oh, and I'm droned on as if the bickering sinners didn't exist in this world. Wheels, a symbol of technology and the vector of humanity's ultimate pursuit. The wheel, in its boundless pride, rolls on in search of the perfect circle, something unconquered even by nature. So Ishmael exhibits a lot of pride, obviously, because she has confidence in her abilities and her experience of the world. She often lectures the rest of the sinners on things, and is confident of her own competence, really. It almost came to a bit of a fever pitch during Canto 5, where I'd say her anxiety and concern in regards to going on the Great Lake was also exacerbated by her own pride, because that pride led her to have a considerably lower opinion of the rest of the team. Now, that wasn't necessarily unjustified, because they were not taking it seriously, but I feel like that was a factor. As for Ryoshu has much pride in her artistry, quote unquote, and her pride is such even that we saw it displayed there, where she didn't want to work with Ishmael because she didn't consider her to be her combatant equal or combative equal. She didn't consider her to be equal to her in a fight. So she's like, I want to fight with someone else. I don't think you're good enough. That's pride, if nothing else. Yet it remains uncaring for the flesh it rends, nor the grass it tramples in its path. Yeah. Ishmael almost killed Dante in her pursuit of, just in her general pursuit, to be honest, in what she was doing. And Ryoshu speaks for herself. I don't think I need to talk about that in this regard. I think that's perfectly clear. Isn't that just confidence, not pride? You can't get anything done by just sitting idly in place. Yeah, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Pride comes with confidence, and pride is a good thing. Pride is a very good thing to have. But like anything, too much of it is a serious problem. And also, an abundance of pride can exacerbate other problems, like I just talked about. One might even say that pride is but another name for overconfidence. It's a slow and insidious killer. It oft claims trailblazers or those who have never tasted failure. Ah, someone like you, Hohenheim. Well, that certainly is a perspective. Next up is Luxuriae, Lust. Moving on just like that, huh? The meaning of Picatulum Luxuriae, Lust, is not exactly what it says on the tin. A more illustrative description would say that it is, yes, an obsession to spread a fragment of what forms the self, a desire to propagate, to breed. I do appreciate that lust in this setting isn't just a generally accepted definition of lust, but rather the concepts around desire and obsession. Of course, there is more to this concept than just that, while the word itself may be subject to interpretations limited to the carnal understanding, as we just talked about. To share one's knowledge, one's ideas, to invite others into gaining the understanding of a sliver of oneself, you seek to express that such things are lust as well. Not bad, I always appreciate these discussions with the learned. There never is any dead air. Admit it, Heathcliff, all of that flew right over your head, didn't it? Why even ask? Unnecessary. Shut up and get in there! Obviously, yeah, even lust comes into Ishmael's pursuit of Ahab, because it was an obsession, a desire to kill Ahab. It was all-consuming. And Ryoshu has very clear bloodlust, like, that's not hard to fucking identify. This could be tricky. I don't know. Oh, do not take 10 plus hits during the encounter for each identity. There's going to be guaranteed hits, isn't there? Unbreakable coins encounters. Let's see what we can do. Also, we have okay, no, it's not. It's pretty bad. Actually, it's okay. I was worried that we just didn't have enough, we weren't fast enough and didn't have enough moves to counter, but now we should be alright. A lot of favorites and not many, no dominatings, actually, which concerns me, but let's see what we can do. What are we working with? We've got Kokundo, which we're not going to get anytime soon, and Captain of the Peckard, which is entirely dependent on resonance. Okay, well, passives probably aren't going to do much for us. Let's see what we can do. Good start. Every time we gain SP, it's going to help a lot. We also don't have to rush this, it occurs to me. So we can be a little bit more careful with it. Go on, get the follow-up. Follow-up. I want follow-up. It's such a rush of dopamine for me every single time Captain Ishmael says the phrase for the follow-up attack from Pursue Them to the End. It's so satisfying. I love it. So what does this mean? When gaining poise, it just means I gain more poise. On hit, inflict 2 additional bleed or 1 additional bleed count. Okay. If I take this nice and chill, I think we'll be alright, to be honest. I don't know, let's see. Come on, get the follow-up. Ah! I love this move. I love Captain Ishmael so much. She's so good. Oh, she's so vicious. She's so good. But, you know, we all have our own opinions on good IDs, bad IDs, favorite IDs, least favorite IDs, etc. I feel like she's just one of the best. Overall, just one of the best. Not the strongest, just one of the best. She's just so good. Overall, I happily, absolutely happily gush about Captain Ishmael all fucking day. Such a good ID. Beautiful. These 2 IDs are so fucking good. It really is the joy of this game is when you get to play with the IDs you really like. And the good news is I really liked most of the ones I've dealt with or played with. But some more than others, and these 2 are up there, definitely. To begin with, I wasn't too sure about Kurikumo Ryoshu, but she's definitely won me over. I need to get to up to 4 because that's when her bleed count application really comes in, and that would be really useful. Good stuff. All right, round 2. Ah, they're big. And you've got counters, and we don't have any dodge characters. It only does 1 attack, though. So, as long as we don't take too many hits, we're all right. What this does mean is we need to focus that guy down, though. Wait, there's only 2 waves? Okay. Yeah, we need to focus this guy down and kill him quick. We've got max SP and absolute pride resonance. I'm hoping that'll be enough. Let's see. We'll take a hit from this, but as long as we kill this thing quick, it'll be fine. That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. That's fine. It should go down pretty quick. Yeah. Nice. Good. Marvelous. Good. Stagger. Yes. Oh, just going for it. Can't be stopped. Too easy with this team. The game thought to itself like, haha, we'll put together Ryoshu and Ishmael. Surely they won't have a good team for that. And I was like, well, fuck you. I actually do. Dealt with. No problems. Lots of damage. Staggered. And dead. Ah, fucking amazing. This should deal with it. Fucking dealt with. Yeah. Well, that's one we got down pat. At least that was a fairly easy one, to be fair, but happy with that. Happy with that. 59% of the damage.
머나먼 고래에 닿기 위해서는 아직도 부족하다. 다시 가스터빈을 점화한다. 그리고
She's so fucking good. Ah, yes, stinging. Each unit defeats the capsulum that has taken their shape once. Oh no. These EXs are gonna fuck me up. Looking forward to getting those extraction tickets, so those will be very useful for when the Kurikumo come. Now, big day. I have 2 of these I need to deal with. I'll worry about it later. That'll probably be my challenge for myself tonight. These two. Right. We'll go this way. They both do bleed. They're both strong. We haven't even used ring pointerless Ji-Sang yet, so this will be exciting. Someone did recommend uptying him to level 2, uptie 4. Yeah, because I assume because of the reuse on his skill too. Fuck it, let's do it. That's one I can clearly see the benefit for. Ironically, though, we won't be using him much in the Kurakumo team once the new IDs arrive, and we won't be using the Barber either. It will be a Kurakumo team. That will just be support passives, which will still be useful, but they won't be in the main line, which is a shame. I will miss the Barber, but I need my Kurakumo team. I need it. Verily nigh is the time for young Ji-Sang and I to face the test. The nature of our trial shall take form as Picatula Invidiae. I assume that we all have a first-hand experience with static shocks. Oh, doth static shock have aught to do with envy? Anyone who's been subject to both static shock and the envy of others must know that the latter stings in the same manner as the former does. Is there a reason there's no music? I didn't turn it off, did I? No? Okay. I ill comprehend thine explanations. I see. To explain in plainer example, Miss Don Quixote, you've always been fond of and held great respect for the illustrious colour fixers, am I correct? Verily, I should be second to none were my passion for them to be measured. Now, imagine yourself at a convention of sorts in which the said illustrious colour fixers are holding an event to disseminate their autographs, and imagine that you are a part of the excited queue. Oh, indeed, I have mentally placed myself there. Proceed. Yet, in great misfortune, the event comes to a close mere moments before you were to receive your autograph. Alack for woe, fate playeth such cruel jest on my pitiful soul. Now, do imagine, what sort of emotion would you feel for the fellow fan who received the final autograph immediately before you were to receive yours, ere the chance was robbed? Well, 'twould be quite the jealousy burning within mine heart, a painful tingling sensation in my... Oh? Wow, you certainly enjoy explaining things, don't you? I suppose all scholars are kindred spirits, after all. You two, quit the chin while I can get in there! Verily, then onward to a new adventure. Then I shall follow. Was there supposed to be no music? It was just kind of weird. I guess. Oh my god, Blade Lineage, holy shit. Each unit defeats the Pikachu that's taken their shape once. There's 2 waves. So Ji-Sang needs to kill Ji-Sang and Don needs to kill Don. Okay. At least once. There's 2 waves, so I didn't do Ego. This could be a problem. Whoops. That's fine, don't worry about it. It's all good. It does appear to be something of a stand-up duel, except for that. Hang on, let's have a look at this again, see what's going on. It's not a stand-up duel at all. Okay, so you're attacking Don Quixote. You stand no chance, and he's going to do excessively high amounts of damage. Why do you have crap... You have crap slash resistance. Okay. I was about to say, why does she have crap envy resistance as an envy identity? Nah. 54 to 82. You wouldn't stagger. So what if you just countered? It's not great, but you do damage in return. I don't like it, but we'll give it a try. Wait, what are you... Okay, everything's clashed. All right, nearly fucked that up. Let's try. Good. Good. Marvelous. All right, good start. A stagger would be a great start. It is, in fact. Problem is, we're actually going to kill her too quickly. Yeah. 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 Oh, hey, okay. Wow. Okay, so Ji-Sang killed his. Wow. Damn. Fucking sanguine pointillism rules. And he looks great. Look at him. He looks fantastic. Nice to see Ji-Sang smile. Okay, despite Don taking a lot of damage, that went really well. Now, yeah, she's going to kill the other Don with checking the book, which will also get more SP, which will be very helpful, and then we can deal with the second round. And we can deal with the second round however we like, because we've already locked in those kills. Good stuff. Binding Force, the artifact's been copied to the Pikachu as well. This is actually quite interesting. Okay. Warp Corp. I'm not familiar with either of these and how they fight. It's obviously going to be charged, but my point is I haven't seen it really. We need 6+ Envy Resin, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, Yisang doesn't even do Envy, so it's not the best team up ever, but it's okay. I mean, I can basically dictate a lot of how this will go. Oh, it's looking pretty good, actually. We should make sure that goes to something it can actually deal with. We'll let Yisang go first, because I think he has the most difficulty clashing. I guess that'll be fine. And then Don Quixote will absolutely brutalize her Warp Corp self. Fatally weak to Blunt. That's really unfortunate for you. Because of what's about to happen. Yeah. Oh no. Oh, you're gonna have a bad day. Ooh. 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 That was close. That worked out. Everything's fine. Good. Okay. This is going well. Nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, Yisang can't be stopped. He's an absolute champion. Oh, he's so good. They're both so cool, and this was fucking easy. GG, lads. Nice one. Better luck next time. Yep. The earlier ones were a lot harder. Easy. Maybe on these late ones I just had identities better suited to the challenge. I don't know.
마에스트로님이 어떤 평가를 내려주실지 흥분이 가시지 않는구려.
Ah, Maestro. More lunacy, you love to see it. The price of curiosity? One big fight. Okay, interesting. I'll do those later, don't worry about it. I just want to get all of these XP vouchers. They're going to be very useful. Especially for when we get the Kurakumo IDs, because they're all going to be level... Well, they're both going to be level 1. They're going to need to be leveled up. And now we have the full team, but we can't have Don Quixote. Interesting. Okay. But we have got our team back to normal, so that's pretty cool. Now remind myself what her passive is like. It's Whispers, 3 Resonance, 1 ally, heal 2 allies. Okay, but Whispers is actually easier for us to proc, which makes it more useful than having her on the battlefield with Whistles. So we want Ring Yisang on the field with this lot. We can bring Faust on because if someone dies, an SP will drop and she can come onto the field and use Whistles, which will help. Alright, recommended level 50. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Oh no. The foundation that led to this disaster was laid by none other than Yisang, whose only sin was making an innocent, tragically casual comment. Sometime after we ran our final tests. Please vacate the room, people. Clean up coming through. Ah, apologies. Miss Don Quixote has ought to... Prithee, avail me but a moment. The shoelaces upon Rocinante have come undone. What? How? I remember tying like 7 different knots on your shoes. Ah, yet 'twere quite the hideous access. Sorry to be forced upon Rocinante. I have tied one of them once again in the shape of a ribbon. Yeah, the knots didn't look that great. Ribbons are cute. Oh boy. Yet one must begin to wonder about the consequences of Miss Don Quixote freeing her feet from Rocinante at her present state. Whatever art thou suggesting? Rocinante is none other than mine eternal steed, bound to me by fate itself. None shall ever dare sever the bond betwixt us. Stop talking about this, Yisang. It was a query posed toward Miss Faust, yet I appreciate your answer all the same. And Faust's reply was what set fire upon that rather combustible foundation. I cannot know. What? An obvious outcome, given that no relevant data has ever been collected. Oh, well then, no time like the present to get collecting, huh? Good thing we're in a lab too. Where else are we going to get another chance to do that? This course of action is highly inadvisable. Yeah, it sounds like a bad time to me. I heard all kinds of horrible stuff happened on that train the moment her shoes came off. Sure did. But 'twas but an independent decision called by Rocinante itself due to certain extreme circumstances that ought naught to do with mine will. Well, you know, potato, potato, is there really supposed to be no music? You know what, it doesn't matter. I was already quite aware that the core of that individual may as well lie in her pair of running shoes. Fie on thee! Thou shalt treat a person such as I like some useless shell! What if we slipped her shoes off and on again really quickly? No! We're gonna have to fight Sancho, aren't we? The standards here at the LCE department demand precise measurements. In other words, these tests would be meaningless if all we are measuring is a hollow shell. A hollow shell! We have indulged your predictable provocations enough, Hohenheim. It seems necessary to remind you that you have not yet received the full report of what transpired during that incident. In other words, you are risking the occurrence of an unexpected event. You concern yourself unnecessarily. The construction of my laboratory boasts a rather solid build. Not even abnormalities on the more powerful side of things can puncture holes in its walls. Oh, very well, I will not force your hand. However, due to your unwillingness, I am behooved to record as such in my research journal, where I will write horrible things about you and your friends. Due to the concerned sinner's utterly terrified reaction at the prospect of having to remove her shoes, I must unfortunately leave only a half-complete test result here. Utterly terrified! Terrified! And for your information, these research reports are stored for at least a decade. Yes, we'll have possession of a full record of your plain cowardice for at least 10 years. Wow, Hohenheim. You know not what you wrought. Ooh. Outcome, NA. Reason, subject was too scared to participate. After much contemplation, I have come to conclude that dearest Rocinante deserveth a moment of respite as well. And I, Don Quixote, shall demonstrate before thee that Don Quixote is still Don Quixote in her core still, without Rocinante's assistance. Are you sure this is a good idea, Faust? And she's gonna be like, no, I just said it wasn't. Hohenheim, if your employment at Limbus Company ever comes to a unilateral termination, I suppose the cause will be rather apparent, your highly irresponsible level of curiosity. Not a good idea. Got it. That would be my greatest honor as a researcher. Hey, if anything goes wrong, Yi-Sang will be on the ready to slip those shoes right back onto your feet at a moment's notice, okay? I shall be on the ready. Not, I love him very much, but he's not the sinner I would choose for this job. I gotta be honest. Behold me not with such excessive anticipation, there shan't be any new revelations here. Don Quixote begins to untie her shoes, seething. The 7-layered knot poseth quite the difficulty. Young Ishmael, wherefore hast thou tied these cords with such unwavering tightness? Because she was a sailor and she tied knots. She was a sailor, you know. She tied knots on the boat, like a sailor would, because she was a sailor. I was hoping they'd be the last knot those shoelaces ever tie. Of course. There we go. Rest thee well, Rocinante. For I... Bollocks. The sinners and I were all quite nervous, but none of us stepped forward to stop this experiment. Why didn't we stop this? Was it because we thought we knew removing Rocinante doesn't necessarily mean that she'll be losing control, because we saw its effect on the Wharf Train and at La Mancha Land? Or was it because we assumed that Rocinante was now just a disguise, and now that Don Quixote has accepted her past to Sancho, removing it wouldn't affect her psyche at all? That's what I assumed. I was wrong. Whichever was the case, it was a mistake to ignore that nagging feeling. These researchers don't know what facing Don Quixote, Sancho, the second kindred, is like. Yeah, that was a tough fight. We do. Oh boy, Mother. Oh, Mother? Our existence is death in perpetuity. Complete us, fill our hunger. We pray unto you, fill us with the blood of humans. With the blood of humans. The teeming, shouting voices suddenly begin to echo in my head. They're the voices of all the children he had embraced. Or perhaps this was the blood fiend's instinct given voice imprinted upon them at the moment of their birth. Proliferate this disease, embrace this unending hunger for blood, and propagate the family. So many voices, so much yearning, so much desire. Every single kindred that has ever existed in the past kneels before Don Quixote. Oh no. Oh, dearest mother. Like the Lilith of this tale, as your children, when shall we be permitted to quench this thirst for blood? Oh no. I must drink blood. I have to drink all the blood. All the blood that the family deserve to drink. I must. Dante, wake up. You're saying weird things. Ain't this a lot like the last time at that building when the fire on their head suddenly exploded? I gotta get a hold of myself. Thirst. My body can't even feel thirsty. This doesn't make any sense. Fuck, I'm okay. I'm okay now. Fuck it. That's fine. Let's not look into that one too much. What did you see, Dante? If we want to bring Don Quixote back, we're going to need to quench her thirst somehow. We need something to sate the combined thirst, the desire of every single kindred. That's not good. Do you keep any blood in here? Let's at least try to quench what's... yeah, we have some blood samples if you need them. You're gonna need more than samples, bruv. Damn it, have you been listening to what the executive manager's been saying? It's the combined thirst of every single kindred. A few blood samples aren't going to do anything. So you're gonna sit here and do nothing? Ain't this just a matter of getting her fucking shoes back on? Right, Yi Sang, shoes, get those shoes back on her feet. And Yi Sang's like, I didn't sign up for this at all. I cannot. A bizarre wall of pressure surrounds her. This is one luxury cig. Good flavor. Ryoshu with her classic I'm about to die moment. I bought those luxury cigarettes with our last bonus pay. These readings are incredible. So much power, even in a state that is, for all intents and purposes, complete emaciation. What, you egged her on knowing this would happen? I had many outcomes in mind, some are quite similar to this, but this is beyond even the most extreme of my predictions. How the fuck are you so calm about this? We gotta do something. You haven't even seen how hard the last hits. What would be the use of panicking now if the outcome does not align with the predictions? The first course of action should be to analyze the given data. However, it doesn't seem like our containment measures will be the answer here. Thus, the task of stopping her seems to fall straight onto all of you. Fucking thanks, dickhead. Time for us to pay the price of curiosity. Oh boy, were we just fighting Sancho again? You know, now that we've got a Blood Fiend... Yeah, we're fighting Sancho! We're just fighting Sancho, but like really fucking emaciated Sancho. Luckily, her stats are lowered. And it is the same music that played during her boss fight. That is fun. For every 3% of missing health on self-gain 1 offense level up, plus 1 min-max speed next turn for every 300 blood feasts, this unit's HP cannot be reduced below 60%. Hard blood, it's used for skills. If panicked, recover from panic and consume 50 blood feasts to gain 3 attack power up. If this unit fails to consume blood feasts, gain 30 bleed, 3 attack power up, and 2 damage up. Okay, well, this is gonna be a thing, isn't it? Go on, Kurokumo lads. This is your moment. This is the best time to be a bleed team, probably. Hopeless. La Aventura ha terminado. Amazing. I know I said that wrong. I don't care. Now how the fuck are we gonna clean this up? We don't even have Sky Cut, which I could really have done with the Sky Cut, you know? Okay, Rhodia has the most health, and her counter skill gives her protection. Seems like the best way to deal with that. Because I don't think we can clash it. We'll want to save up before we use Sanguine Pointillism. Like, yeah, Paint Over would be a good shout. Very good. And then Scission. For the appropriate benefits. Alright, well, let's see how this goes. Oh, wow. Gregor. Oh, fuck. Oh, I forgot how scary she is. Bleed! Bleed! Bleed her quick! That's good. There's more bleed, good. We might be able to land a Saga relatively soon. Oh boy. Oh! She's fine! She's fine. She actually didn't take that much damage. Why did she gain the protection afterwards? That's not very helpful. You know, it's fine. It's whatever. It is whatever. It doesn't even matter. It's cool. So she's got some negative effects now. And we've got a setup to do a full lust set, which would also gain some SP and gain a variety of other bonuses, but she is using that. So what's our best lust skill? Probably Lenticular Swirl, isn't it? Yeah, we'll go with that. Here's hoping that the Lust Resonance will help. If Yi-san goes last and she might have the maximum amount of negative effects, she's going to have offense level down, if these things hit. Probably some bleed. Not a lot, actually, but maybe it'll help. I don't know, we'll see. You're okay, Hongler, you got her. Yeah, good. It's so scary every time. At least Otis heals herself, that is helpful. The bleed is real! The bleed is real! If Gregor takes a hit, he will stagger. It's so scary. Oh boy. All right, so Gregor's gonna stagger, yeah. Unless I think an effect of that is if you win, it doesn't cause a stagger. Nice, that caused a stagger. We have taken some damage, so we might want to like do as much damage as we can this turn before it's too late. And we've got a lot of bleed going on. We do have a healing ego, but we need more sloth, so let's start working on that. Do that, because it's crap skill and you can do it for free. More sloth, we need a lot more sloth. I wasn't expecting to fight Sancho. When I saw in the party menu that Don Quixote wasn't available, I idly suspected in my mind that, oh, maybe we're going to test Sancho or whatever. And then I thought, nah, we're not doing that. We are doing that, actually, as it turns out. So much bleed. It's a big problem. But many paralyses, that'll help. There's also a lot of blood for Blood Feast, which does help in its way. It makes Otis stronger. Our SP isn't great, so getting whistles going, or whispers, would be helpful. Oh, all of her paralysis went away. I was really kind of banking on that, you know. We're gonna have to go for the neutral, aren't we, Hongler? You ain't got many other options. And these two are using crap skills. You're being targeted by that one, so you're gonna have to deal with wounds, which you might be able to do. You take a lot of damage from that, and you would probably stagger. We have to at least try for a victory. That doesn't surprise me. Ooh, he's alive though. It's okay. Everything's fine. At least she's taking bleed damage. Now some good hits. She's got a lot of bleed count. We just need to fend her off. That's it. That's all we gotta do. Rhodia, that was incredible. That was actually super good. I mean, you did your best. Solid effort for what it's worth. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, alright, well, that would only go up to 20. That's not suitable. That'd go up to 28, which I don't think is suitable. You're not even fast enough to... Oh god. Oh god, our speed is such that only Ryoshu. And Ryoshu doesn't have a fucking... Oh, she doesn't have a fucking ego ready. Actually, no, Otis can, but her SP is so shit that she would struggle. Then again, it's not guaranteed for Don Quixote either. Well, she's not going to do that much. Well, she probably is. Fuck it. Don't even worry about it too. Oh, I didn't realize how much shield she'd get. I hadn't considered the amount of shield she'd get and the fact that Otis would get tails on all of her attacks. I had not considered these factors. Good. Oh no. Oh no. Ah! It's okay, I have 5 more people to come in. It's no big deal. It's a big deal. Okay. I must keep bodying my friends. I have to be the mother to all of them. The family's thirst. It sounds quite similar to how original Don Quixote, Dad Quixote, we'll call him. When he was stuck in La Manche Land, he was like, I have to drink all the blood to give to them, or whatever. I have to be the mother to all of them. The family's thirst. No, my lady, you needn't be the mother of anyone here. Here. You are a sinner, nothing more. Ooh! Oh! 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 Fuck! And Virgilius beats Don Quixote down again! So he's not going to be happy. He ended that fight pretty quick, must be said. He's really strong. I will not place the blame of this incident on anyone, Dante. Good. I understand that no one could have expected this outcome, given the dearth of intelligence regarding the binding tool the first kindred had gifted to the third sinner. Well then, I hadn't had that much first-hand experience with watching Virgilius fight, but this was certainly the most exhausted I've seen him after a fight. Yeah, he bodied the entire Wild Hunt like it was not the entire Wild Hunt, but a lot of them like it was nothing, but, a second kindred ain't nothing to fuck with. That's tough. I decided to say nothing and turned the clock. After some time passed, I feel weirdly tired. Does anyone know why? Don Quixote, what happened? Did you lose consciousness, or did something affect your memory? Manager Esquire, my memories were fine. But I heard something as soon as I removed my shoes. Voices, right? Once again, you have witnessed me. Yes, the voices, so many voices. Voices? The voices of my family. But the blood fiends of La Manche Land are all... Sinclair trailed off. Dead, paste, able to be scraped up into a Tupperware box? Correct. Every single blood fiend left inside La Manche Land was killed when the amusement park collapsed. In other words, most of Don Quixote's lower kindreds were dead. That is correct, but I cannot explain how... The only way I might explain this is that it was as though my very blood remembered them still. I recognized some of them, and some were voices of those I once deeply cared for. It seems that I was, against my own desire, made to ascend my father's seat. Perhaps I always was, ever since then. And I was struck not only by my own thirst, but the combined thirst of every single one of the children, which provides a lot of context for Dad Quixote, doesn't it? If that's what he was going through in La Manche Land. Thirst. Indeed, I am also bound by that thirst. It is only natural because I am a blood fiend. Thus, the pressure of it all broke my hold of sanity, and I hurt you all as Don Quixote the blood fiend, a higher kindred, not as Don Quixote, a sinner and your friend. Don Quixote, this isn't your fault, it's Hohenheim's fault! No, such words are now meaningless. She looked down at her pair of shoes, their strings again neatly tied. The higher office will now be regularly supplying you with artificial blood packs. Smart. Hohenheim approached us after spending a while vigorously scribbling something in his notes. The blood substitute will be very similar to real blood in terms of composition, and we won't have any issues with supply. I don't suppose you actually believe the mere willpower would be enough to withstand this urge. I mean, she'd done a pretty fucking good job. I have done quite well suppressing it thus far. Indeed, and that was precisely the wick attached to the ticking time bomb within the LCB. I suppose it was, wasn't it? Must I remind you that the soundness of this limiter of yours is quite tenuous, as today's events have demonstrated? Is it your implication that the purpose of conducting this reckless experiment was to determine the full extent of the latent danger? I don't know, it seemed like he was only in it to sate his curiosity. Call it merely the auspice of opportune convenience. This risk factor had to be measured sooner or later. Had I known the full extent of the danger she posed, I would have immediately requested a forceful summoning of your department. Of course, as large as this void of unknowns was, we were able to fill it with much new information. Certain analyses can be drawn by comparing the reports regarding blood fiends in this very experiment. Let's discuss the thirst you experienced first, for example, the combined desire of every lower kindred. Indeed, it is true the Manchagan kindreds have been completely eradicated due to the events of La Mancha Land, but you still heard the voices of your children, yes? Well, what are you trying to say? I aim to discuss the powerful binding force contained within blood. LCD's cooperative report explains that blood is not merely a carrier of nutrients, but something more, that it contains certain abstract values as well. We sent in a complaint that the report was far too vague in its wording, and we received a reply their on-site investigative reasoning team's leader spat out, the contents of which were equally fascinating. This desire of their kind, this thirst, is something that may as well be imbued and imprinted on the familial bloodline. Normally, the weight of that thirst is far too heavy for any individual to bear, which is why they propagate, to bear the unbearable burden together. So the more blood fiends there are, the less painful the thirst is, and when there's only one left, it becomes fucking ridiculous. Interesting. It's to dilute the thirst, basically. But considering that all of that desire is now focused onto an individual on account of the extinction of her entire family line, it is easy to see why her whole sanity was so easily broken, no matter the strength of her will. She alone was made to bear the responsibility, the pressure, the duty of having to raise the family once again. And because none of those needs are currently met, there comes the endlessly exacerbating thirst, and more thirst. It is quite fascinating to see how your kind preserves these very abstract values in the physical form of blood. The mere words thirst does quite the insufficient job of describing the intensity with which you have lost control. This was my oversight, I must admit. Don Quixote's being very quiet about this. I do respect your efforts to be liberated from your nature, I truly do, but I also maintain that it is highly advisable for you to regularly consume the provided blood packs. Understood. But one day I wish to dismount from Rocinante and walk bare of feet and feel the earth under my own skin. I was able to establish one positive fact from this exercise, however. And what might that be? That there are those who would quite literally throw their lives on the line to stop you even if you were to take off your shoes. In other words, I don't believe it to be necessary for other departments to exercise any separate control over you. That's good, I suppose. Well, now that I've had a first-hand account of your conditions, I will write the following in the report. Still quite unstable, yet, with the effort from the subject herself and efforts from other various environmental factors, the subject has been deemed sufficiently controllable. Once again, I do respect your efforts, or any kind of effort, really. Because I've never had much use for it myself. Huh. Don Quixote took a deep breath, then turned to face the sinners. By then, her eyes had regained their usual, softer look. But sorrow was seeping through the tone of her voice. Despite her theatrical manner of speech returning, her tone reminded me of our time at La Mancha Land. My deepest apologies, dearest friends. Forsooth, I shall ever persevere to see that Rocinante, my shoes, are never to be removed again. Lass, you're looking at it all wrong. You're going to remove those shoes one day, yeah? And that's what you're going to persevere towards. Verily. I think she let out a brief, quiet laughter. Ah, Manager Esquire, perchance is there aught that thou concealest from my knowledge? I don't know. What do you mean? You want to be a little more specific? What do you mean? I don't think so. It's no coincidence that at this very moment I noticed Faust looking in my direction. I don't know if I made the right choice here, but Faust nodded lightly as though to say that I did. I stopped hesitating, and the tick-tocking noise came to a stop. Very well then. However, I cannot help but admit that I felt some degree of anxiety as I watched Don Quixote walk away as though nothing had happened. Oh, that's awkward. Oh, that's concerning. Oh, that's concerning.
걸작을 짜는 마에스트로님이 어떤 평가를 내려주실지 흥분이 가시지 않는구려.
While it is technically the nature of things, you know, because this game is a live service, that we can't just resolve plot lines and, you know, never go back to them again or anything like that. Or maybe not plot lines as such, but character progression things. as it were. But I do appreciate, honestly, I actually enjoy the fact that we complete Sinner's Cantos, and then it's like, yeah, but that didn't flick a magic wand and solve all their problems and heal all their trauma and make them absolutely fine. There are still problems, ongoing concerns. Like, obviously, Gregor and Rodia are the clearest examples of that. But even, you know, Sinclair, Yi Sang, Ishmael, Heathcliff. Heathcliff did not resolve his shit. He's still convinced that he'll be with Kathy again one day. It's just, you know, he's in a better place than he was. But that shit is not resolved at all. Don Quixote's is far from resolved. Well, the initial thing was resolved, and it has created a new thing which is not resolved. It's an interesting situation. I appreciate it. Alright, well, I wasn't expecting to fight Sancho today. Fuck me. Way to keep me on my fucking toes. That is all for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching. That was a fun one. I enjoyed the challenges in fighting the Pikachu, and I'm gonna probably have another crack at the two that I didn't manage to EX tonight, like on my own, and it should be done by the time we come back next time, because I need that lunacy for the Kurakumo event when it comes. I'm gonna need it. I need every single thing I can get. I need those extraction tickets. I need the lunacy. I've been doing my mirror dungeons. I'm gonna need to keep doing those. Looking forward to it. Thank you again, Tony the Horse, for contributing to the Kurakumo Fund, and thank you all so much for watching. Special thanks to our members and patrons: Crescent, Tony the Horse, Cryolytic, Liar the Hagsire, Abyssal Angie, Saga, Jack, The Elf Lord, Jordan Rothberg, Ninja Dog, Ember Fox, Grand Captain General Peace, Meanbag Beanbag Turtle, Malignant Humor, Cuds, Kana Samaria, Poe, Pork Trampler Breck, Lifesteal, Mega Mr. Z-Man, Unclever Names, Summercat, Flanny, Painter Dragoon, Lip Potatoes, Proxy, Caminera, Moa, Heartland, Harak J, Dresso, Sion Distance, Lol, Etherbin, Linky, Xeon Cedar, Bimboard, Alkir, Honeydew, Sweet Baby Red, Jessica T, Plutonium Pie, Dreamer Ghost, Leper Lullaby, K-Bub, Magic Cow, The Frostbite, Monsoon, SCP-106A, Namad, and Kenny T800 for supporting me on YouTube and on Patreon. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you all so much for watching. It's interesting because I would have assumed that, you know, fighting Sancho, that seems like something that would happen at the end. A fight of that magnitude, at the very least, would be at the end of the Intervallo. But every Intervallo has had a boss fight at the end, you know? And we're still like 5 chapters away from the end of this. And there might be a dungeon, I don't know. Could be, could not be, who knows. But there is typically an encounter at the end, a big climactic encounter. So what, are we going to fight one of the captive distortions? Are we going to fight a particularly dangerous abnormality? Who the fuck knows? All I know is I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching, and whatever happens next time, I hope I see you there. Doodles. Goodbye.